Imagine being invited to a wedding and then being told that you have to pay to attend, not to travel, just to be there.
And that's not even the worst part. We got in-laws controlling flights, family pushing their own agenda, and fiancé is crying over their girl best friend.
I'm Angela.
I'm Evan.
And this is Amen Audacity.
Cue that intro. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding after finding out only our side of the family were having to pay to attend?
Oof.
Okay. Obligatory. This is a throwaway account clarification. I'm very active in a D&D sub that I don't particularly want to it tied to this situation.
All right.
Fair. So my younger sister, Katie, 28-year-old female, and her partner, Chris, 29-year-old male, are getting married in April in Dubai. She has always wanted an extravagant wedding and is going all out on this. So the wedding is happening over 4 days. There's 70 guests, but they want us, me and my husband, parents, to stay in the same hotel with them along with her bridesmaids, which I am maid of honor, and groomsmen. The hotel is pretty luxe, so with flights is costing us just about over £2,900 each. Chris's family are also staying in the hotel, which includes his parents, 2 brothers, and his nephew. They're well off. I don't know exactly how much they earn combined, but I know Katie is on $88,000 and she is the lower earner. Well, about 6 months ago, Chris and Katie came to us and asked to borrow $17,000 more. They stressed it would be a loan paid over time and said the venue had increased the price. Dubai law was different, blah, 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 and they paid this money or they lost a lot. We believed them and offered to loan $7,000 and my parents the other $10,000. So long story short, I have since found out through someone else that the $17,000 wasn't for the venue. It was for Chris's family to fly over there. They saw how much it was going to be and they didn't want to pay and refused to go. I asked Katie and she confirmed. So my first question was, if they were paying for his parents, why not pay for ours? I would never expect them to pay for me, even if we couldn't afford it. I'd have wished them well and stayed at home. And her answer was because they can afford it. She got very defensive and said this was the fairest way she could think of doing it. It's hard enough planning a wedding, etc. But when I asked if he genuinely thought this was the fairest way to do it, why did you lie about where the $17,000 was going and say it was for the venue? She couldn't answer. My parents are aware and are very disappointed they lied, but have said they're still attending. But I have backed out. To me, it feels like my parents are being taken advantage of. If they couldn't afford to pay for both our and Chris's parents and his brothers and nephew, they shouldn't have just paid for the 4 parents they should have just paid for the 4 parents or no one at all. And they especially shouldn't have lied about it. Katie and Chris keep calling and asking me to attend, saying I'm making them feel bad and ruining their day. But the whole thing just feels icky to me. I'm genuinely an open book, so be brutal. Am I being an a-hole here? Should I just suck it up and go?
All right, then we have an edit, but so far, geez, what would I do if my sister did that? I would be upset.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't necessarily say. I would be upset. I would have a
As you
discussion.
should.
I would have a discussion with her after the wedding, but I would not be a happy camper. But she decided not to go, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have gone so far as to not go. Would you? If your sibling did that?
I mean, when you're playing around with people's money at this
Yeah.
point. So it's just like, I don't know why like you're dogging parents out in this situation. Like, I mean, it seems very selective. I mean, it's weird. Like I feel like I need more.
And honestly, like, I don't think it's necessarily the fact that they had to like pay for the others. I think it's more so the fact that they lied.
Yeah, lying about this is rough. It's just like, and this is what we were talking about when it comes down to weddings. Weddings can be a lot. Okay. I did crumbs. That's a lot of comments. This person is very British. Thanks so much, everyone. Just wanted to answer a couple of questions/comments that have come up with a lot. The repayment, my husband's brother is a solicitor and he kindly drew up a contract and repayment plan for both myself and my parents so the money will be paid off within 12 months of the wedding. If they don't stick to this, I have access to a free solicitor. So I hope it wouldn't come to that. But that's why I have the papers for worst case scenario. Is solicitor like a different, does it have a different meaning in Britain? Like, I don't,
Maybe like a solicitor is like, I don't know, maybe my phone is recording this, so I can't even look it up on my phone.
say
But
in the comments, I mean, if you're from Britain, like if there's a different connotation, because when we think about solicitor in America, we think about that being a negative like type thing.
I think it's probably the same there. It
Probably
doesn't sound good
not really, but hey,
because
who
she's
knows?
saying like, "Oh, if you don't pay me back, I have free access to a solicitor." That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, sounds like knuckles are getting cracked and arms are getting broken.
Had a
Uh,
had a baby crack in my knuckle.
she's gonna feel that tomorrow. So that's one. Two, asking for the 7,000 back. It might be a soft touch, but asking for this back feels like a step too far. Like I'm mad as hell, but not enough to actively try to ruin their wedding a few weeks before, which it feels like right now at least is what they would be doing. But hey, give me a few more days to stew. She is very British.
Okay, edit two. She is very, very British.
Yeah. But we love our British fans. So if you're
Yeah,
watching this from Britain, we love you. You're seen. Bollocks.
yeah. There's like
Um,
I think like a 2% chance that somebody from the United Kingdom would be watching this. So,
yeah.
hi
I just drank some tea, so I
from
feel it.
across the pond. What's
Across the
up?
pond. We care about you. Also, happy 1776. Anyway, edit two. Thanks again for all the feedback, everyone. Just another quick FYI. A few people have asked about Chris's family or seem to have the impression they're well off. I'm obviously not privy to their financial situation, but with the limited amount I do know from what Katie has said, Chris and his family grew up very poor.
Oh.
Before all this, I'd always thought Chris was a lovely guy, but I had caught him in the odd but harmless white lie. Things like where he went to school, the type of house he grew up in, etc. I get the impression he is embarrassed or resentful of his upbringing, given their lack of money, and this is how he now values his own self worth by how much money he has. That's not your problem, though. My guess is when his family said they couldn't go, he panicked and worried people who asked why they weren't there, and he would either have to say they couldn't afford it or he couldn't afford to pay for them. And look, his past trauma experience is not for me to judge, but if that were the case, it just makes me more mad that they both didn't plan ahead and talk to friends and family about what they could afford before booking Dubai. If it was such a deal breaker for his family to be there, they should have factored in the cost of paying for all parents to attend instead of thrusting a 3,000 per person bill at them and
Mhm.
expecting them to rock up. Yeah.
It's not fair. That's not because I'm just like you could have had it in you could have had all the luxuries that you wanted, but just in a different place. Like maybe some place that was like more local, you know?
Yeah, and
But you
yeah.
decided to put all that financial hardship on your sister and your parents, assuming that they could just like afford it. But I'm just like, you can't just I can't stand it when people are just like, "Oh, well, you can afford it, so you should be fine."
It's like your pocket watcher. You can't speak for my pockets, but also there comes in the matter of just like, okay, what am I willing to? You don't know what bills I
Mhm.
have coming up. You don't know what finances I'll be working with in like a month or two. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
not your
honestly,
position.
somebody can like make like, I don't know, let's say some absurd amount, like $500,000.
Yeah,
But they could also have like 8 kids that were born around the same time and they have to pay like full tuition for like every single last one of them. They could be
that's a
like
lot. Yeah,
hit with just like a whole bunch of like taxes at the last minute or something like that. You don't know. They could have like they could have like a mom and dad who's like sick and needs like full-time care, like all of that adds up. You never know. You can't just say like, "Oh, because you make this amount of money, I'm just entitled to." Absolutely not. And even if they could afford it, you are not entitled to anybody else's money.
nope.
So I'm just like, I get it. I get where OP is coming from because that is icky that they would even lie about that.
Yeah, and I agree, 100%.
Like, like I don't care about your insecurity. You better tell the truth. At least tell me the truth.
It is in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, thou shalt not lie, or is it bear false witness,
Bear
depending on
false
the
witness,
transition.
depending on the trans.
She's churchier than I am, guys.
Shut
Running
up.
theme. She is churchier than me.
Read the update, please.
Okay, we have an update.
You're adorable when you do that. I can't.
I had a lot of messages at the time of posting asking for an update on what I decided to do, so I wanted to check in. So, in short, I didn't end up going to the wedding.
Oh.
Katie and Chris basically harassed me constantly until a few days before they were due to fly out. I received belligerent voicemails from Katie saying if I didn't go, I wasn't her sister anymore. I was embarrassing myself and her mother and her and Chris. I was a horrible person. And most shockingly, if I didn't go, then her and Chris wouldn't be paying me or my parents back for the money we loaned.
Uh,
So trying to blackmail me. She would say it was a gift. I faked the contract and I would have to take her to court. She was clearly drunk at the time. The voicemails left on the night she was having her at home hen do, which I also obviously didn't attend. Okay, I must be like the bachelorette party or something like that.
oh, it's like, I think they're talking about, like, you know how, like, in Indian weddings, they have, just the black markings that, like, that are, like, beautifully designed and everything like that, and it, like, fades over time, but
No,
you
but this
want it to
says
be.
Hendo, like Hendu, like Hendo. So are you thinking like hen, like is
I
like a
don't know,
female chicken? Like
Hindi oh, like a bachelorette party.
that's why I was saying. I think they're saying like a bachelorette party. I think that's what that
Maybe
means.
that's what they call it?
Please, if someone is British, please help us out here because we're very
What's
clearly not getting the lingo.
what's a Hindu? Hendo.
Hendo,
Hendo.
hen. Let's
HEN space DO.
Let's move on. Which I obviously didn't attend, but it was so beyond anything I thought she was capable of. I ended up sharing it with my parents, and they also reluctantly pulled out of attending. I heard through friends and family in attendance at the wedding after her and Chris were telling everyone I had alienated her from her family
Mm.
and told lies to our parents. We gifted money and expected them to pay for us, etc., and they made the decision to uninvite myself and my husband. Other more insulting things were said that I don't particularly want to go into. Suffice to say, they were very hurtful. Oh, man. As I mentioned in my post, I had brother-in-law solicitor draw up a contract for repayment for both myself and my parents. What was supposed to be the first repayment date passed without word from either of them. So brother-in-law picked up from there. His attempts to reach them were ignored apart from one email from what I think was a fake law firm outlining the money
Oh,
was
no.
gifted. The contract was fraudulent and to take them to court basically. In response to that, brother-in-law sent a copy of the voicemail Katie left and a file demand outlining the payment plan was now null and void, and we wanted the money in full within 30 days, or we would indeed be going to court. Magically,
Ooh. Ooh.
magically, the full amount appeared in our accounts 5 days later. Again, I've heard on the grapevine since the wedding, they have been telling anyone who would listen, we asked for our gift back out of the blue and disown them and how much of a difficult financial position they're in because of this. So that's that. I can't see myself having a relationship with her after this, which is devastating. But at the time, I truly believe now, after everything, that this isn't my fault. Thanks again to everyone who gave me advice. I hope this update is enough for everyone who asked for one. We have an edit also.
Edit.
Thanks everyone. I'm popping the original post here for a few people that have asked for it.
I mean, well, the verdict is not the a-hole. I have to say I agree because I'm just like, now, if they had just told the truth and said, like, hey, his parents can't come, and we would like it would be nice of you guys to just like pay for them to be here, I would just say, okay, sister-in-law and brother-in-law, sorry, sister and brother-in-law are disorganized.
Yeah.
And that's the worst that I would give them, and I would still go to their wedding. I would be annoyed or whatever. I would be a little salty.
But they're purposefully making this like so much of an issue.
They lied to them. There
like
would
they're
there would have never been a
they're
contract.
they're lying to them, they're slandering them, like they're just not that's the thing. I mean, destination weddings are so tricky because there's such a financial you have to over communicate if you're
Mhm.
doing a destination wedding.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend of mine, love her, like she and her husband, now husband, like they were very communicative throughout the process. Throughout the entire process. They got married in Puerto Rico several years ago. And
Oh,
I'm
Gabby.
yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Gabby, if you're watching.
Hi, girl.
But yeah, no, y'all, they having them plan everything because she's a planner. So
Mhm.
thankfully, like she was very communicative, like hotel options, everything was there and saved me hundreds of dollars when it came down to actually getting like to the wedding, flight to Puerto Rico, resort stay, like everything was chill. The only thing I had to really like I didn't account for was like Uber, and like Ubering the different places, but that's a whole nother conversation. But you have to over communicate. You have to. If you don't, you're setting your people up for failure. So if something like this happens, like communicate early and often, hey, like we need X amount of money. Like preferably if you're talking thousands, like way before the wedding actually happens. You need
Mhm.
to let people know about that because coming up with I mean, not everyone just has like thousands upon thousands of dollars just laying around. If you do, God bless you. But even still, that's a big commitment for anybody.
I'm really disappointed in OP's sister because I'm
Yeah.
just like, you are less concerned about the fact that you tried to swindle your family and more concerned about how you look.
Yeah. 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 And then at the same time, you're also disparaging your entire family to your guests once they get there. If you even had people that made it to your wedding at that point.
Cause I'm just like, you literally had them sacrifice so much just to get his family there, just to alienate your own.
Yeah.
And then, l- like,
Yeah.
he had his side of the family there, but you're like, none of yours came, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, now you have the opposite problem. Now nobody came for you.
Hmm.
And nobody came for you because you literally tried to swindle them. Why would they?
You alienated them. Like they have no reason to come. Like no one said to come. I mean, they love you, and I'm sure they always will love you. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like you,
You caused the situation.
it's your fault.
If it was me, I don't know if I don't think that OP really, like, OP might have caused irreparable damage to her relationship with her sister by choosing not to come. But I
I
don't
don't blame
know.
her for not coming.
I can't blame her because I'm just like, who's to say that this wouldn't have happened or something like this similar wouldn't have happened down the line? Because like now, like, cause I don't know really OP's sister's character, and that's like the funny thing about like these Reddit stories is like
Yeah.
you only get like a snippet.
Yeah.
But if she just like continued this trend of just like kind of being like entitled and spoiled, it was just gonna continue in something. If it wasn't the wedding, it was gonna be something else,
True that.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to add, but I agree.
Yeah.
Not the a hole.
Not the a-hole. All right, story number 2. Am I the a-hole for not going to my in-laws' wedding unless my mother-in-law pays for my plane ticket?
Juicy. Also, why is it always weddings? Weddings are not that stressful, guys.
But they are. They can be.
They can be, but it's just like,
Okay, my 28 female husband's 29 male sibling is getting married in July.
okay.
He is excited. He's going to be the best man and is extremely close with his only sibling.
Oh,
Mother-in-law and I technically have a fine relationship, but I always feel like she doesn't see me as family. Husband and I have been together for 9 years, and she still only sends pictures of just father-in-law, her, and the kids in Christmas cards. I'm never included. My husband last year actually said he and I would not be participating in any further cards unless I'm included, and she got angry, so she skipped pictures altogether. Okay, so now to the main part. In every single
there's more after that?
yeah,
There's more.
in every single vacation we have ever gone on as a family, mother-in-law will only pay for tickets for kids and father-in-law. She has made a point to never include me in tickets. There have been several family trips we have simply not gone out of protest of this. If she doesn't pay, husband always pays my way even when we were dating, but it still hurts my feelings. Also, mother-in-law is very successful in her profession and makes a solid 6-figure salary, not including her other investments. I am a school teacher, and she has always looked down on me for that. I'm not saying that I expect her to pay for my things because she makes more. In fact, In my entire 9 years of being with husband, she has only ever gotten me one gift and has never paid for anything else. I just don't understand why she pays for everyone else but mine when she can afford it. Anyways, mother-in-law was getting ready to buy plane tickets. Husband's ticket was bought already by one of the siblings' groomsmen who was throwing a party a few days before and wanted to treat siblings' groomsmen. Mother-in-law did not know this and was about to buy 3 tickets for her, father-in-law, and husband. She calls husband to give details about tickets, to which husband says, "Oh, I already have a ticket, but OP would be more than glad to take mine." Mother-in-law scoffed and said she would not buy a ticket for me. Husband said it doesn't make sense because she was going to buy 3 anyway. Mother-in-law wouldn't give him a direct answer as to why, and the conversation shifted to an argument.
Well,
It essentially ended with, "OP is not my family, and I will not give her free handouts," and then slammed the phone.
this is wild, man. This is some Everybody Loves Raymond times 10 type stuff right here.
Husband is upset and calls sibling for advice.
Yeah.
Sibling essentially says, "You know, mom, she doesn't like other women. OP should have known that and expected to be treated this way." Husband became even more upset and then hung up. Anyway, I was so hurt by these statements, especially since I thought sibling and I had a really good relationship, that I considered not going to the wedding. Husband wants to not go either, but I convinced him to because there's no reason to ruin his relationship with them over a plane ticket. I told mother-in-law that I might not go, and she was furious and said it would make her and her family look bad. Basically, like I'm the evil person trying to destroy their family's good name. Husband is 100% on my side for whatever I choose, but I'm leaning towards not going. Would I be the a-hole?
No. Because at this point,
Yeah.
it's not fair.
It's
Like, it's just,
not.
it's not, like, I mean, wow. The mother just doesn't like you. Like, the mother, your mother-in-law hates you, and it sucks, and I'm just like, why? Because you were gonna purchase 3 tickets anyway, and then when you find out your son already has a ticket and your daughter-in-law needs a ticket, you're basically just like, "No." I'm just like, "You're gonna buy 3 tickets!"
Somebody better warn this new sister-in-law that's about to come into the family. Somebody gotta warn her. Somebody gotta tell her. Who gonna tell her?
I don't know.
Who gonna tell her?
I think we got
It was siblings saying, "You know how she doesn't like other women." What the world?
I don't know.
How is that acceptable?
It shouldn't be, but I think we got an edit though.
Okay, so we have 3. We have 3 edits. Edit number 1. I hit word limit, but I had to add siblings' pronouns are they them, and they are marrying a man. Oh.
Oh, all right.
So no, the in-law does not have to warn.
Nah, because
She likes men.
the mother-in-law is definitely still gonna just hate the OP.
Edit number 2. Sorry, I feel like I didn't clarify this well. I have never once expected my mother-in-law to pay for my plane ticket for this wedding. I saved money aside for the ticket already.
Yeah.
It is the fact that she said I was not family and only willing to buy a plane ticket for family. I feel excluded. Trust me, if I wanted to go no contact over a plane ticket, I would have done that 5 years ago. It is because she finally verbally said that she did not consider me family.
So it's not the plane ticket. It's the
Principal! It's the principal! But my thing is like, that's so mean. Like, you're over here adding to the family, adding to her son's happiness, to his life, and you can't even like say like, "Oh, this is not even like this is my daughter-in-law. This is the one person that makes my son the happiest that he has ever been in his life."
Disowned. I'm just like, that sucks.
Because this husband likes his wife. Because you can tell by his actions, he is sticking up.
Yeah, he's 10 toes down.
He is sticking
10
up.
toes down.
He's like, "Whatever you decide, baby, I'm with you."
If he doesn't want to go to the wedding, though, don't let him go.
Yeah, but that's kind of sticking it to the to his sibling, though.
If he doesn't want to go, like, I mean, he shouldn't go.
I get from her perspective why she would want her husband to go.
Yeah, but it's just like, if it's hard when you're married, though, if you go to a place and your spouse isn't there. Like, I don't know. It's just, sometimes it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to certain places and it's just like, man, like, I wish, like, my spouse was there.
Okay, this is my final edit. I just wanted to let y'all know that my husband and I are planning on going to the siblings' weddings. I did realize that not going was only to stick it to my mother-in-law, and the wedding is not the place or the time. Also, I understand the title is slightly misleading from my main point of the post. I started writing while extremely angry, so I didn't get my words across well. I never once expected my mother-in-law to pay for anything for me, especially this plane ticket. But I digress. We are going to NC with, I guess, North Carolina with mother-in-law after this. Oh,
No,
no
no contact.
contact. That's, ooh. We are going no contact with mother-in-law after this. Thank you all for your opinions. Ouch.
I feel like you're a
She about
little.
to find out. She messed around and found out.
I feel like you're a little too apologetic about
She
this,
messed
OP.
around and found
Like,
out.
OP, you're a little too apologetic about this because we understood what you were saying. Like, it's not about the plane ticket.
It's not about that.
Like, it's not about that. It's the fact that you feel like you're not family. And it's the fact that she said that she was going to pay for everyone else but you. And this is something that she's done repeatedly, like time and time again, based off of what you said in your post. I don't think you're at fault here for saying that you wouldn't want to go to the wedding unless, or that you, I mean, I get the fact that you said that you feel like you only sticking it to her.
Mhm.
Weddings are a big deal
Yeah.
and you want to make those sacrifices for people that you care about. I don't feel like you would be the a-hole for choosing not to go in this sense. But I do understand the greater good of wanting to make sure that you're there for your family, for the rest of your family, since the mother-in-law doesn't even consider you family. But yeah, no, I mean, you're angry. Like, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from and not wanting to have to deal with her because this is a lot. And she has proven herself to be someone who doesn't care about you. That's not your fault.
It's not. I do have a comment that I think kind of just like sums up pretty much just like OP's point though.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of the top comments.
Not the a-hole. Honestly, I thought this read like entitlement, but then thought about a relative and their partner traveling to see me and how much of a jerk move it would be for me to provide one ticket. No tickets equals not a jerk. Two tickets, not a jerk. One ticket, though, is an intentional insult. It's clearly not a financial thing, so it's 100% just a malicious dig.
Yeah. I mean, I think that sums it up.
Yeah.
That sums it
The
up.
fact that she's made you pay out of your way all this time.
And like, if she stopped paying for, I agree with this person because I'm just like, if you stop paying for like the son
Yeah.
too, that wouldn't read any type of way.
Mhm.
What are you doing? That's weird.
Mm.
That's really, really weird. Like, that's strange.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. So I'm just like, So
Yeah. But you were
not
not
the
the a-hole.
a-hole. Yeah. And even furthermore, I would just say, like, if OP, let's say hypothetically, she has kids and she has a granddaughter, you really want a grandmother that don't like women around your baby granddaughter or your child who dared to be female.
She would treat your daughters like the spawns of Satan. Like she really would.
And all they did was be little girls. That's
It's
that's
just like all you
mm-mm.
did, OP, was be yourself.
All you did was identify as a woman. That's
I mean, all she did was be herself. That's all she did.
that
Yeah. But you are not the a-hole.
no, not at all. All right, guys, we have our final story of the segment. Aww. Like a collect. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Like, no,
You get on my nerves
but she loved me.
on a regular basis. Okay,
She
we
loves
have
me on the even more.
third and final story. There's so many ways that people could take that. 3.
Lord, just can't keep going. I'm not unpacking that at all. What's crazy?
Emma, you said it.
I meant that
You said
I
it.
meant that innocently. I was
You
talking.
did not.
Oh, I did.
You
I
did not.
definitely did.
You did not.
Babe, we are a faith-based podcast.
And we're married. Anyway, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my fiance after he cried over his girl best friend?
Context here would be helpful. Like, did she get unalived?
Yeah, is she alive? That's a good question.
There's some female friends, if they got unalived, I would be sad.
If she is unalive right now, that would be the only way that this will be redeemable.
Yeah.
So let's read on. Let's see.
She got real serious right there.
Let's see. Okay, let's give the other person a like
The BOTD.
what?
Benefit of the doubt.
Why do we have to abbreviate everything as millennials? It's really annoying. Okay. To start this, I want to clarify I am not the type of person to shame nor look down upon men that seem vulnerable and feel comfortable enough to cry in front of other people.
Heck of a disclaimer.
Last week, we are having a dinner party with some of my friends and my boyfriend and his friends. He isn't the type to have much friends, although he only seems to be close with two particular friends, which I'll name Stacy and Thomas. The dinner started pretty nice as me, a really big extrovert, invited just my friends, planned to be my bridesmaids. While we were all talking, my boyfriend made a ridiculously messed up joke about a miscarriage a friend had. Although she took it pretty lighthearted, as all of my girls have pretty dark humor, I found it not funny and also not something to joke about, as he knew Stacy was also struggling with having a baby. Stacy excused herself from the table and left, although much of the people didn't take it too seriously, as it was a casual barbecue type of night. After some minutes, I found her hysterically crying in the bathroom about the joke my ex-fiancé made. While I said sorry and told her it was a really crappy thing of him to say, I assured her that he probably wasn't doing it to mock her. After that, she was all okay and told me she would leave. I patted her and gave her a hug before going downstairs to chat with my girls. But when I noticed neither my ex-fiancé nor Stacy were nowhere to be found, I went to the front door to find my fiance crying and almost literally choking on his saliva, just to find out that Stacy has slapped him in his face and told him to never show up at her house again. Although I felt pretty bad, I noticed my fiance was very wasted and he started blubbering about how Stacy was the love of his life and he had never met anyone like her. That's when I slapped him too. Gave back his ring and told him to chase the woman he really loved. Now I'm here 1 week later and he keeps texting me what happened. And I really don't know if he doesn't remember anything or if he's just immensely stupid to make me think he can gaslight me. Okay, and then there's only, I think, one edit, two tiny little updates. Girl,
That's why that.
run.
Well, first, you gotta run.
Run.
I'm just like, bro, like you say, why is a marker?
Run. My thing
Right
is like,
there.
how are you going to make a joke like that and
Yeah,
then
so-
literally catch that same girl outside and then traumatize her even more? Poor Stacy.
Yeah, poor Stacey on that one. Poor Stacey.
Poor you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like
he embarrassed you like that, you know?
embarrassed, but also just like, how are you gonna do that to your fiance?
Like drunk or not, I'm just like, listen, my thing is like, if somebody is drunk and they're just like spewing like a whole bunch of crap like that, it's more than likely all the things that they're trying to like hide, like deep seated inside. So I would believe him. I would absolutely believe him. If he says that, like, even drunk, even wasted, even if he doesn't remember that Stacy is the love of his life or whatever, that's what he's thinking in his subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Run.
Run. Usain Bolt.
Yep.
Allison Felix.
Flojo.
Flojo.
What's that girl's name? Sha'Carri Richardson?
Sha'Carri
Richardson. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put some respect on your name. Okay, edit number 1. I've seen a lot of people commenting and private texting me in vino vestris. What?
In vino veritas.
In vino veritas? What is that? Could somebody tell me what that means? I don't know what that means either, girl.
I'm scared to look it up.
Yeah.
It's definitely Latin.
What is it? What is it? What does it say?
Oh, in wine there is truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's crazy. That look.
Yeah.
In wine there is truth.
Break it off, girl. Save your money. Go on a girls trip or something. For starters, there are so many things with not ending in specific details because I thought it would be best to provide clear context. I'll explain now what happened as I seem to wander between ex-fiance and fiance and has confused some people. Me, my girls, my ex-fiance, fiance at the moment, and his two best friends. Okay, we got there? Fiance says cruel and no good taste joke. He needs to learn time and place for stuff. And although I did not like his joke at all, it wouldn't have been the reason for the breakup. Okay. I find Stacy hysterically crying in the bathroom due to my fiance's cruel dark joke. She composes herself and leaves. All right. I can't find her, either Stacy and my fiance. I go to the front door and find fiance hysterically crying about Stacy, saying he got slapped and that Stacy was the love of his life. We got there. All right. I slapped him in the face, threw my ring in his face, and proceeded to storm off and left the dinner party. He has still called me multiple times and I have received multiple texts. I understood it the first time. Okay.
Same.
So update. Go ahead, do your thing. We have an update.
We have an update.
I decided to tell him to meet up at a cafe shop tomorrow, and he better best have an explanation. And if he does not remember, which he claims he doesn't, a lot of you have told me, although he's a dick, if he truly doesn't remember, I at least owe him an explanation. I want to clarify something. My ex-fiance is a really, really good liar, and he has even bragged about it. I would have been surprised if he said that and then tried to gaslight me into saying he didn't. When he gets drunk, he's an ex-alcoholic. That's why I was also surprised to find him drunk. He isn't the funny type of drunk. He's the type of wreck of emotions and not a reasonable person. He gets blackout drunk. If anyone could give me tips or advice on how to approach this conversation, I'd be pretty thankful. Leave him.
Yeah, I think that might be best. I mean, honestly, it just seems as though there's
I wouldn't
you
even,
don't know if he's committed to you fully.
yeah, I wouldn't even honestly like meet him up at a coffee shop. I would just like text him what he did and then block him after that. Just to like say like, hey, here's the explanation, block. That's it. That would be all she wrote for me. Like, cause honestly, like seeing him in person, it might like tempt me to like, like you get those feelings or whatever, but like he's over here fully and completely in love with like a completely different woman.
That's the thing. Again, it's just you don't know if he's committed to you or not. And I mean, in the marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're saying this with all the 6 months of experience, but at the same time, heading into a marriage, I mean, it's a lot. You want to make sure you're committed to the person that you're marrying. So even at this stage, I mean, if you're questioning that, if you have any questions, you should get out sooner rather than later.
Cause he definitely has questions. He for sure has questions. Just
100%.
saying.
Yeah.
All right, we got an update number 2. So do your thing, man.
We have an update.
Although I mostly forgot about this thread I had made, I just wanted to say that the cafe shop, nothing much went down besides the fact that he just denied everything and I believe him. Yes, I know it may sound ignorant, but it's the man I've been in love with all these years. And I truly believe when he tells me that he didn't want anything with Stacy anymore. Although I know some people won't be happy with the outcome because some of you blood-sucking people like to hear drama and gossip, I can finally say that me and him are way happier than we've ever been. Y'all are gonna get a divorce. Like, you are. Either you're gonna be miserable inside of that marriage, and you just gonna find out that this entire time you can never be Stacy, or you're just gonna get a divorce. This is headed for divorce.
I'm just like, okay, the fact that she said blood sucking people, I'm just like, this is,
You put out your business.
yeah. So
you put it out. I would not have known unless you wrote it down and made it public.
Yeah. On a very public.
Why am I offended?
I'm not offended. I'm like, I'll never meet this person. So I mean, it's cool. But yeah, no, this is definitely a turn of events. I mean, I will say you wouldn't be the a-hole for breaking up with him, but you are the a-hole for wasting our time. Basically. I'm just like, I don't have any sympathy for what happens at this point because it's just I feel like you're willingly putting yourself in a bad situation. You are. You just are. And I mean, I do hope the best for you guys, but I'm not exactly optimistic about your future here because again, this is somebody who
Not the a-hole, not the a-hole, not the a-hole. Yeah. The consensus is that OP is not the a-hole, but I'm just like, I'm
wait,
going
read that one part about you had me until the end.
wait,
You
yeah.
had me until the last part. I call BS. I hate misleading titles and I hate stories that give you the climax at the end. You don't mention drinking until the very end. I'm surprised it wasn't mentioned during the dark humor. Joke, not a joke. I'm surprised the justification for saying the joke wasn't drinking because Redditors love to bring up how drunk someone was when they say something stupid. Homeboy said, love of my life. Ha ha ha. Truth or not, two people assaulted this man, one of them being his former fiance. You're the a-hole. I mean, I wouldn't agree with the reasoning there.
Cause I'm just like, I don't know how much in her space he was. He just said something really dark about like miscarrying. That's like really weird. You know, I agree that yes, she is the a-hole, and she's the a-hole to herself. You know,
Yeah.
like baby girl, like you reek of pick me dum. Pick me dum. Pick me dum. It's the word.
I don't think we're sponsored by Urban Dictionary, babe. I don't know if that's gonna.
It's a word. It's a word. It's a word now. It's a word now. I made it up. Pick me dum. I love
Please put it in the comments if you think that's a word.
pick me dum.
At the end of the day,
She just wanted to be married.
it just seems like you wanted attention, and we can't rock with that.
You are the a-hole. I think this is the first you are the a-hole that we had.
Probably.
Yeah. Congratulations, girl.
Like if it wasn't for that last part, we would have been with you.
Yeah, I don't care what none of these people said. They didn't read till the end. Well, they probably weren't here until the end because you forgot about the thread. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching Amen and Audacity. We appreciate you guys for watching until the end. We love you so much, and we will be back. When will we be back? Next week, Wednesday, 12 o'clock p.m.
Follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Be there, be square. I'm not gangster.